alaikum. This episode is about the human nature as per sociology, anthropology, and Abrahamic religion. In this regard, I would say that I will discuss it with different aspects and I will divide it into three main categories. I will also make it clear that I am of the opinion that all the non-living things and the living creatures have the nature of its own. In this category, let's take the first category, that is the nature about the non-living things. In this regard, I will make a very common example, which is the basic necessity of the society as a whole, that is a refrigerator, a booklet of manual which define its parts, the functioning of its different parts, and the operation of a refrigerator as a whole is the very nature of it. And similarly, an example of an aeroplane, if we go to the cockpit, then all the hardware and software about the aeroplane defines different parts, the functioning of it, and the functioning of an aeroplane as a whole. So it is the very nature of it. Similarly, coming to the living creatures, we will take first the animals. In animals, just take the example of lion and elephant in a zoo, that is in what condition they are kept there and at what environment they are kept there. If the management of the zoo do not care for the basic environment and requirement of these animals, they will die earlier as compared in forest, or they will die earlier of their natural death as compared to in forest. And similarly, different plants and trees of different fruits having different environments, and they grow in different environments and at different places. So it is the very nature of these plants. And similarly, the third category, which is the most prominent among all of these, are the human beings. So the question is that, is the human being have any specific nature by birth? So all the sociologists and anthropologists are of the view that the human beings do not have any specific nature by birth, but their nature evolved with the passage of time. But all the Abrahamic religions strongly reject this idea of these sociologists and anthropologists. And the holy verse, and in the holy verses, God says that I have inherited the self-realization and awareness of goodness and badness in each and every individual by birth, along with the utmost right to act according to their will, either to select the right or wrong path. So it strongly rejects the idea of all the sociologists and anthropologists that the human beings do not have any specific nature by birth, because the holy verses have clearly defined it, and they clearly denied the idea that the human beings are by birth just like a tabula rasa, that is like a blank page, and then along with the passage of time, their nature being evolved through time. So all the Abrahamic religion, including the holy verses, have rejected this idea of all these sociologists and anthropologists, but rather the religion claim that God has inherited this realization